My next segment is going to be 3 stocks that are moving up in the last few days, all right, that have made the news. Boeing. We've been talking about Boeing for a minute, but how about Boeing stock is up 4% despite news of more delays for the 737 MAX. Very interesting about that. The certainty, that's, they say waiting is the hardest part. That's certainly true for Boeing. Investors who may want new information about the company's troubled 737 MAX grounded since mid-March following the second fatal crash of the jet in the space of a few months. Interesting, right? I still think that they're thinking that they can get off the ground, off of being grounded by the end of the year, but the air people, the FAA, is still not on board with that yet, and it's going to affect them even more adversely. So that was a hot stock. Let's go look at Boeing real quick. Boom. Stock is undervalued. I like that. Upside potential is there. So even though the stock is being hit by the deaths of that the crash caused, Boeing is in the aerospace and defense space. It's been around a long time. They've got deep, 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 deep pockets. All right, so the stock is undervalued. Upside potential, good. The stock should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 34%. Safety. Safety on the stock is above 1. Still, stocks should meet or exceed earnings, even with the news of all of the crashes. RT, though, just barely above 1. The stock is just barely in an uptrend. Let's take a look at the stock real quick. Stock is a hold recommendation. View the stock graph. Bring that up. Whew. Look at that. Big fall back when the stock went under the suits of the air crashes and all of that. Stock's price, look at that little hammer formation, a little bit of a candlestick pattern, gap down. And you know something? I think that right here, after that gap down, the people who knew that the company overall was still a good company without the blemish of the crashes were like, listen, enough is enough. Let's start buying into it. And that's exactly what happened. Hammer formation, follow through, stock's price went up, broke above that 20-day exponential moving average, and currently is still moving up. Right now, though, it's down today. It is down today, but still above the 20-day exponential moving average. All right, going to close that. Any news, anybody want to say anything about Boeing? Tom Petty said the waiting is the hardest part. There you go. And in the last week, Southwest and United removed the 737 MAX from their schedules through March 2020. Kind of the opposite view of Boeing. So, again, I think that people, for the most part, are thinking that the company has gone down enough, starting to raise the price up. The news is not corroborating that. The news is saying that Boeing is probably going to be more subject to more downturn. All right, another big stock that's moving. I'm going to look at Alibaba. Where's that? BABA. Where's it at, Joey? Did you break it? Did I not have it in here? I do.
No, I think you added it late.
All right. I'm going to add that now. BABA. Alibaba. Big news. There was some news on that. Alibaba. All right. Alibaba breaks the singles day record with more than 38 billion in sales. Alibaba is the Japanese version of Amazon. Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba set a sales record on single day, the world's largest 24-hour shopping event. Wow. All right, gross merchandise value, a figure that shows sales across Alibaba's various shopping platforms surpassed last year's $213.5 billion. That is huge. That is huge. So what are we watching for in Trump's upcoming speech, says Timothy? I don't know. I don't even know. You know me, I don't like to prognosticate what's going to happen, and I'm going to let the speech speak for itself and let the tweets fly. All right, that's what I'm going to say. I don't like to prognosticate, and I don't even know what his speech is supposed to be about today, and I didn't track that. Likely trade stuff, and most likely it will. Or, and actually, wasn't he talking today, either yesterday or today, along with the Fed chief? So we'll see what comes from that. All right, let's talk a little bit about Alibaba. Let's take a look at it. Alibaba, BABA, stock is a little bit over its value. All right, good upside potential, well, at least above one, favorable. Relative safety above one, favorable. And the stock's in an uptrend. And Alibaba is a buy recommendation. Wow. They have an earnings of $6.50, growing their earnings at a clip of 19%. Interesting. But look at Amazon. Good thing that they're both on here. Here's Amazon, $26.98 for earnings. They're growing their earnings at 31%. Interesting. I didn't mean to have it this way, but here are them back to back in the list. Let's go take a look at the graph of Alibaba. View the stock graph. All right, put this on a 3-month graph. So look at that. Over the last 3 months, stock hitting a new high, new 3-month high, above the 20-day exponential moving average. Nice open candle today. I don't like the earnings as compared to 3 months ago. All right, don't like the earnings, but I would play price action. The stock's price is definitely moving up, nicely above the 20-day exponential moving average. And I want to show you something. Let's say a stock, you're looking at a moving average, like a 20-day. The stock's price is above it. And look how far away it is. If you don't want to give all of that back as a way of capturing profit, put on a smaller moving average, like an 8-period moving average. Look at that. Still above it, but guess what? If you're going to use a moving average to get out of the stock, it's a lot closer to the price than to give it all the way back to the 20. All right? So once the stock's price, if you use the 20 and it's pulled way, 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 way away, use a different moving average to lock in profits. All right? Use that. It'll be about how Epstein didn't kill himself. Man, that's all over that's all over Facebook. It's social media big time. I'm not getting into that. And the last stock, let's get into it. The last stock is Acasti Pharmaceutical. Before we get into that story, remember, folks, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. All right, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If you're brand new, subscribe to the channel. If you like the content, like us. And again, once these videos get posted, comment, comment, comment. Especially if you're not a subscriber, comment. Tell us what you felt about it. If you are a subscriber, comment and let us know that you are a subscriber and how you felt about the presentation. Timothy says that 40-day or 50-day SMA is a good trend filter, and look at the 8 EMA. Notice that I'm just using a 20, somewhere in the middle, because I think that for the most part, the people that attend this session are more swing traders than longer-term buy and hold. If I'm a longer-term buy and hold, I would look at the 50. But if I'm trying to be more of a swing trader, I'm going to look at the 20. And if I'm trying to trade a little bit even more often than the swing trade, I'm going to look at the 3 and the 8. So hopefully that makes sense, Timothy. Hopefully that makes sense. That's what I'm looking for. Paul says, can you really trust any Chinese company to report their earnings correctly? Listen, I'm going to take it at face value. I'm going to take it at face value, my friend. That's exactly what I'm going to do. The 20 would be the first support or resistance level, says Timothy. So hopefully, again, a lot of the thinking that we do here is right in line with a lot of what you're looking for. So the last story is on Acasti Pharmaceutical. I saw the stock's price moving up today. Acasti, a biopharma innovator focused on the treatment of severe, big word, said in a business update that fiscal 2019 was eventful. All right. So now I'm going to show you another feature in the software. I don't know how many of you know who Acasti is, right? So let's do that. I know that it went up. How about today? It's up 17.47%. That's why it made the news in this presentation. But you say to yourself, well, it's moving up, but I don't know anything about it. VectorVest can analyze it, which is great. But if you want to find out more about the company, if you right-click, you can also do a full stock analysis report. I know I didn't do it the way you wanted me to, Joey, but it's okay. Now I can get more information about the company. I did that for the benefit of the new people that are in the room that are not subscribers. We can get a full-blown report on any stock. Business description. Acasti Pharmaceutical is engaged in developing a product portfolio of long-chain omega-3 phospholipids. All right? Acasti is a major owned subsidiary of Neptune Technologies and Bioresources. So now, not only can I get the information about the stock, I can look at the stock's graph and a little picture for the last 3 months and the industry. And then, if you want to learn more about the indicators I talked about today, we have them set up here. You can get a very detailed synopsis of all of the indicators we track. So again, I did that for the benefit of the new people that are in the room, just to show you more of the flexibility and power of the software. Let's go look at this graph. View the stock graph. Move this over. So Acasti, big news today, big up candle today, 3 months. Am I ready to pull the trigger on this for the long term? Not quite yet. What's the stock's price doing? Moving sideways. But big news, big up day, now back above the 20-day exponential. Love the volume behind it. And the earnings per share is negative, but getting less and less negative. So this could be a good start to getting into the stock early. Remember, earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Well, the earnings are getting better. Big news for the day, big move up for the day. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.